Okay, so, oh, okay. Okay, so I just want to get on here so I can make a video so that you guys can see like more of my personality or whatever, because I know when I get on here I just be doing here and I just be, you know, so you don't really know who I am or like, you know, a lot about me. So I'm gonna start off by saying my name is Atisha. I'm an Aries, born March 22nd, 96. I'm 24 or whatever. I have an 8-year-old daughter. Her name is Ariana. So if you ever check on my IG at Ari Yvonne, is, you know, Ari because her name, and then Yvonne is my middle name, so Ari Yvonne, boom. Everything I post is either her or about me and her, so that's why it's like that. Yeah, but I wanted to give y'all like a quick story time, and if y'all want, like, I know I've been doing hair videos, but if y'all want more of my story times after this video, let me know so that I can start, you know. Oh, this lash is coming off. Okay, let me know so I can start, you know, posting stuff like that or whatever. So boom, I'm gonna tell y'all about the time that I found out I was 15. I was 15 and pregnant or whatever. So okay, boom. Let me just give a backstory. Okay, so when I was younger, I was like I was just a tomboy. I was a tomboy, but I always been like real smart and like intellectual, like, you know, like I was just real smart. So I always got, you know, good grades, honor roll. I used to win like the spelling bee for my school and stuff like that. So, you know, but when I got to and I used to be ugly. I was a tomboy. I used to think I was a nigga. Like, I used to walk like a nigga. I used to try to talk like a nigga. Like, I'd climb trees, jump gates, do flips, backflips onto mattresses, you know, stuff like that. I was into stuff like that. So, I used to be ugly. But then when I got to 8th grade, I tried to, like, you know, one of my oldest sisters, shout out to Tamara, she was like, you know, you need to just get it together. You need to start acting girly. You about to go to middle school, you know, such. So I got to middle school, and I'll never forget. I walked into class. This is 8th grade. I walked in 8th grade or whatever like that, and it was this boy. He was joking on everybody, like literally. When I went to go sit down, this is my first day at 8th grade. When I went to go sit down, he made the fart and noise like, and I was like, oh, I hate him. Like, so boom. Fast forward, he never said nothing to me. That school year. Then we went on Christmas break. We came back winter break or whatever like that. We came back from Christmas break. You know, January is when we all go back. And you know, I had on my little cute outfit. I had my nails done and stuff like that. And he was like, "Damn, Letitia, you got a big ass head, but you cute though." And I was like, you know what I mean? Because I hated him. Like, I hated him. I would duck him because I didn't want him to joke on me. Like, he used to joke on everybody. So yeah, so then after that day, he started like talking to me, flirting with me and stuff. Y'all, you know what I mean? Like, when you're a good girl and you're not exposed to bad stuff and you not out in the streets ripping running, and your parents don't, you know, in some households you got moms that used to rip and run the streets, so they teach their kids about certain stuff, you know what I mean? But then you got moms who wasn't like that, who don't feel a need to have to teach their kids that, and I had a mom like that. So when I met this boy who was, you know, so bad, he was bad. He always got in trouble, always was into stuff, you know. So I just started, like, I just completely changed. I completely turned into a whole another different person. I would, you know, I would get put out the class for constantly laughing at him and just, you know, giggling. He flirting with me and stuff. He would, you know what I mean, like, he would skip class. I would skip class with him. He would leave the school, you know what I mean, like, he would literally leave the school and go home and be like, come with me. And I would leave and go with him, and you know what I mean? Like, I was just so bad. Then I started skipping school. I never forget, like, his peoples used to live right by the school. So we would literally come to school, go to like one class, and leave out the gym and be gone the rest of the day. Like, it was so bad or like that. So, you know, then he started riding the bus home with me, and he would ride the bus home with me. And then my house was literally like across the street from the bus stop. He would watch me go home. And then, you know what I mean, he'll go to like a park. And then I'll go in the house, put my stuff down, act like I'm chilling. I'll be like, Mom, can I go to the park? She'll be like, yeah, go ahead. And we'll be out. Then it got to a point where I would say, Mom, can I go to the park? And I wouldn't come back for like 2 or 3 days. Like, I was hell on 2 wheels. Like, I was it was bad. And now I look back as an adult like, damn, I wish my daughter would. But you know, when I was younger and you get so caught up with that, you just like, and then like I got this, I'm an Aries, I'm real hard-headed. I got this spirit, I had this spirit on me where I made myself believe that I was mad at my parents. Like, I don't know why, like, but that's what would help me do what I was doing, because I made myself believe that I had a reason to be mad at my parents for something. So, you know what I mean? I was just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, you know. And I know that probably don't make sense to y'all, but back then it made sense to me because I'm just crazy like that. So, all right, boom, boom, boom. So then me and him started, you know, he asked me, he was like, you a virgin? And I was like, no, I was a virgin though. And he soon found that out. And so, you know, me and him ended up whoop-de-whoop, you know, that ended up happening. I was like that. I started sneaking him in the house, y'all. So, and I have a story time on one time he got caught. I was like that because me and him was play fighting, and one time he got caught in my house. That's a different story time. But so yeah, me and him started, you know, doing stuff we ain't had no business doing or like that. And you know, it was happening so much that he would start saying, you can't get pregnant. And I was like, what was I was 15. I was 15, so I had no knowledge really of, like, you know, how that works. I just knew, like, okay, if you have sex, you could possibly get pregnant. But I didn't know, like, I wasn't even thinking about, I just thought, you know, I ain't gonna get pregnant. I can't get pregnant until I'm like 20. You know, like, I was so ignorant when it came to stuff like that. Because like I said, prior to him, I was a tomboy. I wasn't like feminine at all, like not into nothing, you know. So he was like, you can't get pregnant, you can't get pregnant. So I was like, okay, whatever, like, you know. And I never really wanted to have sex. Like, it wasn't something I was just like, oh, I can't wait to have sex. It was just something that he wanted to do, and because I was his girlfriend, I was just like, okay, I guess, well, I gotta do it too, you know. I gotta be the one, you know. So, you know, time went by, whatever like that, and it got so bad where I was skipping school. I was leaving, like, basically running away from home, staying out 2 and 3 days and stuff like that. My mom ended up sending me to New York or whatever. So when she sent me to New York, I stayed up there for 3 months. And, you know, that really separated us. You know, he was in Virginia doing his own thing, because that's where I'm from, VA all day. So he was in Virginia doing his own thing, and I was in New York, you know, and that really did break our relationship up. It did. So when I came back, things was different. Like, it won't, like, you know, because before I left, we was together every single day, like, doing everything together. But when I came back, I could feel, like, a distance between us, like that. So, you know, every now and again, we'll end up doing it, but it won't like how it was at first. So I started noticing that he was talking to other people, and, you know, rumors started coming up. He was talking to other people and stuff. So we kind of distanced ourselves. So now we're not seeing each other all the time, whatever like that. And my mom and my cousins, like my older cousins, was like, you know, you need to check on her. My nickname is Pot. So if I say Pot in this story, I'm talking about myself, because my family call me Pot, not pot that you smoke, but pot like pots and pans. I'm not gonna get into all that, but Pot, yeah. So they was like, you can check on Pot because, you know, I think she pregnant. And I was just like, you know, because I would come home and I would just sleep, like, you know. And I'll never forget, one day I was in Walmart with my mom. We had went grocery shopping, and I was like, Mom, I'm thirsty. Can you give me some drink? Like, I'm so thirsty. Like, and she, you know, and my mom just looked at me like, you know what I mean? And I didn't know why I was so thirsty. At this point, I didn't even know. So I was like, can you give me some drink? And she just looked at me so weird, and I didn't understand. I'm just like, I'm thirsty. Like, can you buy me something to drink? Like, now, we had just got into Walmart, you know, so we didn't get to the county yet. So she like, wait until we finish grocery shopping, you know, I get it. I was like, Mom, I'm thirsty. And she just looked at me like, so boom. Then it was another situation where, mind you, I had came back from New York in the end of August, like that. This happened, I think I got pregnant in like November, like that. So, you know, and the thirsty situation happened in like December, like that. So we went grocery shopping in December, and that happened. Then like a little while later, I had went to go buy some shoes or whatever like that from like this shoe store. And I remember looking for the shoes and stuff, and then I got lightheaded and like nauseous. And I had to literally, when I went to go pay for this stuff, I had to lean over the counter. I was like, you know, just here. I was like, here go my pocketbook, look, reach in there and get the money. I was like, I was so nauseous. And if you ever been pregnant, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you just take everything. Like I can't, like, that's how it was like that. And I was like, what is wrong with me? So then, you know, people start saying it more, like, you need to check on Pot, like she pregnant, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, I'm not. Like I had a demon on me when I was younger, y'all. Like that's another story time. Like I know now that I be praying and stuff like that, I had a demon on me when I was younger, because I would just like, I don't know why I was so mean and angry and hateful when I was younger. I was like, no, I'm not. Like, get out my face. Like, crazy. So I started telling him, and he was like, all right, you need to go to the doctor. You know, if everybody's saying that, you just need to go to the doctor, whatever like that. And mind you, around this time, me and him weren't talking as much as we was, but we still was talking, and we still was having sex. So I got on I went to the doctor's, I called the doctor's office, and I asked them, could I come there? It was like one of them teen pregnancy type of places like that. And it was like, yeah. So let me tell y'all, while I was on the bus to the doctor, I felt something in my stomach, like fluttering, like, and now I look back, the baby was already kicking. On my way to the doctor, and I'm skinny. I don't know if y'all know, can't see it, but I'm skinny. And my stomach, like, I knew it was getting a little bit bigger, but I didn't know, you know, I ain't know. I just ain't know. So on my way to the doctor, I never forget, I felt something in my stomach, like, and it won't, like, you know, I don't know. The baby was kicking. Now I look back, the baby was already kicking. It was already a whole developed baby. So I had went to the doctor like that, took the pregnancy test, and it was like, okay, you know, it's positive. Baby was like, you about 18 weeks. And I was like, wow, like, you know what I mean? And I didn't, they only said 18 weeks. I didn't even calculate in my mind how many months that was, but I was just like, 18 weeks, okay. That's crazy, you know. And I was so numb, like I told you, I used to make myself believe that I had a reason to be mad at my parents, just so everything I was doing wouldn't like get to me. I was like, since y'all like this, I'm gonna be, you know, like, I don't know. But so when I left out there, I ended up calling him, and I know that every time, you know, people find out they pregnant, they end up crying. So I called him, and I just started crying. I was like, yeah, they told me that I was pregnant. They said that I'm 17 weeks, 18 weeks. And he was like, oh, why you crying? And I was like, I don't know, like, because I think that, you know, like, I was so dumb. Like, I was so young and so uneducated. Like, I'm just going with the flow. Like, ain't this what I'm supposed to do? So, like, so boom, we ended up meeting up. And he was, like, goofy. He was, like, real goofy. He used to joke and play all the time. So when he seen me, he went like that to my stomach. And I was like, stop. Like, you know, why would you do that? So we ended up going to his cousin's house and telling them. And they was like, how far are you? And I was like, 18 weeks. And they was like, that's already a baby. You about 4 months. And I was like, what? Like, I'm about to have a baby in 5 months. Like, whoa. Like, I was so numb. Like, I was really so numb. Like, I wasn't scared or nothing. But then I had ended up telling him that day, and I ended up going back to my house like that. Me and him ain't talked for like 2 days, y'all. And you know what I mean? So that's how I found out. I'm gonna stop right there, but that's how I found out like that. You know, people kept saying, you know, you need to check on your daughter. They kept telling my mom, you need to check on your daughter, because, you know, I think she pregnant. It probably looked like she pregnant or like that. So then I ended up calling like one of them teen pregnancy places, and they told me I was 17 weeks. And they, you know, so now I know. Now he know, and we the only two people that know, or that, whatever like that. So after I told him, we ain't talked to each other for 2 days. On the third day, I called him, like, you know, why we ain't talking? Like, you know, I just found out I was pregnant. You know, what's going on? Like, why you not hitting me up? Why, you know, we need to figure out how we gonna come to our parents with this. But like that, he was like, I don't want to be with you no more. Skirt. Wait a second, but I'm gonna give, that's part 2. If y'all want to know how it went, go, you know, after he said that, let me know in the comments or whatever like that. But the way I told my mom is I called the teen pregnancy place back, and they was like, okay, just bring her in here and we gonna run it like you ain't never took the pregnancy test. Like, we gonna run it back like you ain't never took the pregnancy test. We gonna just act like, you know, it's your first time here. So that's what I did. My grandma and my mom went with me or whatever like that. And, you know, my mom, she just said that when they told her or like that, she just said that, and she was just like, she didn't say nothing. And I you know, like I said, I used to act like I had a reason to be mad at them. So I was just sitting there like I was hell on 2 wheels, yo. Like, so rest in peace to my mom. That's another story time. Y'all want to know that. And rest in peace to my baby father. That's another story time. But if y'all want to know, you know, that's how I found out I was pregnant at 15. But if y'all want to know, like, you know, what happened to him, what happened to my mom, and, you know, how life went once he told me he didn't want to be with me, that will come in the next video if that's what y'all request. But y'all, it was crazy. And I wasn't scared to tell my parents, because like I said, I was so bad. I didn't have no like respect for my parents. Like, I just, and you know, it's crazy. You know, I wish that I had got the chance to tell my mom I was sorry for the things that I did when I was younger, because now I look at it like, damn, that shit would have drove somebody crazy. Like, your child really this bad and really don't give a fuck. That would have drove somebody crazy, you know. So like, because it would, if my child was like that, it would drive me crazy. But you know, this is life. You know, I gotta live with the decisions that I chose to make. So that's what I gotta do. But yeah, my mom ended up finding out, my dad ended up finding out, and I was more so scared for them to tell my grandparents, like, because my grandparents really like made sure we was good our whole life. Like, my mom, my dad, they didn't have it all, you know, together. So they would send us to New York for Christmases and all that. And my grandparents made sure we was always good. They took us travel. We went to Disney World. We went travel from all the way up from Ohio through every state to Florida. Like, you know, just taking us places and doing stuff with us. And I appreciated them so much, you know. So I was so devastated when my mom told my grandma. I snapped, crackled, and popped off. Like, it was bad. That's a whole nother story time. But yeah, that's how I found out that I was 15 and pregnant. And now I have a 8-year-old daughter who looks just like me, who's healthy and beautiful. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what y'all want to know next. Like, I already know how I'm gonna make it or whatever like that, but let me know what y'all want to know next, and I'll probably put that video out for y'all. But yeah, see y'all.